welcome to Craftmania 2000. I'm super excited because this is my first YouTube video. Today we're going to make a Harry Potter tie that clips on rather than tie. The materials you will need are some red foam paper, that's regular, some yellow sticky foam paper or some regular yellow foam paper, some scissors, and like a hair clip that you can bend and it does that. Okay, so first, you can use the end of a pencil that doesn't have an eraser, or you can use your fingernail. And I'm going to take my red foam and I'm going to draw the edge of a tie. So this is kind of what I imagine a tie would look like how I'm going to trace it. That's kind of just like a sloppy copy. So we are going to start. So once you've done that, you can start cutting out your tie. It doesn't have to be perfect because you can always trim how you need it later. And if you wanted to make a Slytherin or Hufflepuff or Ravenclaw tie, you could so totally use different colors. I'm doing Gryffindor because Gryffindor is like Harry Potter's house. And, well, Harry Potter is like the main character in Harry Potter, obviously. So that is why I'm doing Gryffindor. So you can see it's not quite perfect, but it works. If there's anything you would like to change about it, you could trim off anything, you could add something, anything. I mean, you could even put stickers on it if you really want to. So, here's my tie. I'm just going to lay this down on my table. And now I'm going to take my yellow paper and I'm going to take a pencil and I'm going to draw about, I would say, you probably want to measure how big your tie is. I'm just going to take my chances. So I'm going to do slanted lines on the yellow. So I'm just going to kind of draw with pencil up the side of my red tie just so I can see how big it is. You can see, just so I can see how fat it is. So now I'm just going to draw about half an inch wide. Maybe, it doesn't really matter what size, it could be all different kinds of sizes. Well, that big, lines going up. So, if you wanted to do skinny lines and fat lines and medium lines and super big lines, or really just one line in general, or different colored lines, that is so totally fine. The reason I am using sticky foam, is because, here, let's see. Because, then it would be easier to stick on rather than using glue. So I'm probably going to have about 6 yellow lines, I would say. So I'm going to use 6 yellow lines. Really, any number is fine. So I'm going to start cutting these out. So I'm going to start at the bottom and work my way up. So, as I said, if you wanted to use different colors, you could use different materials too. You could use felt probably. I have never tried it with felt, but you could probably use felt and make your tie. I'm guessing that you could probably use, I don't know, but you could probably, I know that I had somebody ask me this once, could you use a bobby pin? I've never tried it with a bobby pin. It might work just depending on how much glue you put on it. So I'm going to cut out my first yellow stripe. Peel the back off. And you can choose anywhere to stick it. I'm going to put it like sideways like this, horizontally, just like that. Okay, and now I'm going to cut out my second line. My third line, I'm going to go ahead and cut out about 2 more. Okay, so now I'm just going to keep sticking the yellow lines on. If it hangs off a little bit, like this, you can see where it's hanging off, you can just take your scissors and trim it. You don't have to, you can if you need to. Anything really works. And I've got a little pencil on mine. So you could either, 1, color that in with a marker, or highlighter, or Sharpie, or whatever. Or 2, you could erase it. I'm just going to erase it, because I don't have any yellow markers with me right now. I might fix it later, but right now, we're just going eraser. So now I'm going to get my next line. And I'm just going to stick these all the way down my tie. I know this is taking forever. If you are watching the full video, thank you for being so patient. So I have about 2 left. So what you can do, like if you are using felt, you could use glue dots, like the little goo. Sometimes they come like in the mail, like if it's like an advertisement for like a store like Kohl's. Sometimes they use glue dots to like stick together, like stick the paper together so that you can still open it, but it's stuck together. You can get those like at the craft store and things. You can get all these materials at the craft store, everything you need at the craft store. And yeah, so I'm actually going to cut out like 1 more stripe. Then I'm going to cut it into smaller pieces. I'm going to cut these into smaller pieces. You can see here, this is like really small. So let's put it up. So now, this time, I'm going to put them on here to make this a little yellow too. But they need to be smaller because this place right here is smaller. So I've got my other small piece. I'm going to connect it to this piece. That looks about right. So now what I'm going to do, so our tie is going to hang like this. You could also make it like round at the top, like this. But I decided not to. You're going to open your clip like this. And you're going to turn your tie around and put it like this. Now you're going to take your hot glue gun or super glue and you're going to put it like in a line across the top of the clip. Like that. You could also, this part's optional, for more stabilization, put it down there. So it's like bottom and top. So you really could have used super glue, but I like to do the fast way because I gotta go somewhere. So I want this to dry. So, hot. After this dries, you can clip it onto your shirt or your dress or your coat. Just like this. Dun 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 dun. dun, dun.